Good evening, everyone. At this 99 Sunday Sahityik Satsang of iSPELL, I would request Dr. S. Jayanti, event coordinator of this month and convener of Tamil Nadu Forum of iSPELL, to proceed.
Thank you, sir. Before we begin the session, I would just like to share that because of the untoward demise of a near relative, that is a mother-in-law of our General Secretary, Professor Ghanshyam, he will not be available with us. I request you all to maintain a minute of silence as a moment of respect towards the departed soul. Pramod sir, kindly make note of the time. Thank you, sir.
Yes, done.
Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt condolence to the family. We pray that the God gives them the strength to bear this loss. With these words, we begin today's session. Thank you, sir. Every day grants us opportunities to do good. Take advantage of it, do good, and be happy always. A cool evening to one and all present in this august virtual platform. I take immense joy in welcoming the distinguished audience of academicians, scholars, students to the 99 Sunday Sahityik Satsang. I once again express my happiness for being a part of this dynamic and prestigious forum. iSPELL, as you all know, is the Indian Society for the Promotion of English Language and Literature, a forum committed to excellence and striving to enhance English language and literature and teaching and learning. It was initiated to provide a platform to the teachers and learners to rejuvenate, to revitalize, to upgrade and to update and to facilitate and elevate. The humble efforts of our dynamic and energetic General Secretary, Professor Ghanshyam, who initiated this forum at a moment when the whole world had come to a standstill due to COVID. He took the initiative to blend and mend the minds and unite the teachers and the learners. So we are very much indebted to you for having created this forum. I heartily welcome the esteemed members of the Executive Committee for today's session. Their presence always blesses the day immensely. I warmly welcome Professor Pramod Dengle for his amiable and pleasant nature, helping us to conduct the session smoothly. Thank you, sir, and welcome you, sir. The Sunday Sahityik Satsang for the month of July is dedicated to English language teaching. The last 4 Sundays, we had the God-devised opportunity to listen to varied sessions on ELT. The month opened with a session of Professor Bhaskaran Nair, who showered us with his experiential words, which both ignited and motivated us to do our duty as teachers for the benefit of mankind at large. Professor Preeti Sharma rained us with resources which could be used to enhance our teaching and learning process. Professor Purnima again carried us through a wave of journey into the past, stressing the importance of teachers and emphasize the chalk and talk method. Last week, Professor Anamika charmed us with her gentle, breezy session, enlightening us on how storytelling is the best mode of teaching communication skills and a mode through which we can attain an engaging teaching learning experience. Today, the last Sunday of this month, we have with us 3 twinkling stars to make this day bright. I happily welcome Lieutenant Dr. Ajantha, a good friend of mine, Assistant Professor of English, Sri S. Ramasamy Naidu Memorial College, Sattur. She will be deliberating on the topic Tools for Hyflex Classroom. Versatile personality, very assertive and amicable. She has achieved laurels through her diligent hard work. I welcome you, ma'am. I proudly welcome Dr. Surajit Sen, Assistant Professor and Head, Ram Thakur College, Agartala, Tripura. He is also the Academic Counselor in English Language and Literature at the MBBS College Center, Agartala. He is the President of iSPELL Tripura Forum. He has kindly accepted to share today's session. We are delighted to have you with us, sir. Welcome, sir. I gracefully welcome my dear friend, Lieutenant Dr. Sushma Mishra, Assistant Professor of English, Government Pandit Shyam Charan Shukla College, Raipur, who has gracefully consented to do the Master of Ceremony for today's session. I welcome you, ma'am. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome my dear academic friends, distinguished professors, learned teachers, scholars, and students. I'm sure we together are going to take away the best from this session. With these words, I take upon the duty of formally introducing the Master of Ceremonies. Lieutenant Dr. Sushma Mishra is currently working as an Assistant Professor of English at the Government Pandit Shyam Charan Shukla College, Raipur. She has a total of 10 years of experience, and in PG, she has about 5 years of experience. She has received the Commanded Certificate of Merit from the NCC Officers Academy, Gwalior. She is an Associate NCC Professor for the last 7 years. She is a member of the Central Board of Studies for Foundation Course in English Language. She was also the Assistant Superintendent of University Exams. She has contributed as a chairperson in a webinar organized by the CG Forum, iSPELL CG Forum. She has organized webinars on career opportunities in English language and also a webinar on youth and migration on the occasion of International Youth Day. She has acted as an observer in the competitive exams conducted by the state. She has organized value-added courses on developing life skills for effective leadership and team management. With these words, I request Professor Sushma to take over the session and introduce the resource person. I once again wholeheartedly welcome one and all to learn something new and add to the already available store of knowledge. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ajantha, ma'am, for giving me an opportunity. And it has indeed been a proud privilege for me to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Ajantha Parthasarathy, who is rendering her service as an assistant professor and research supervisor of English at Sri SRNM College Sattur in Tamil Nadu. She has a long teaching experience of 12 years. She has published 3 books, edited 5 books, and contributed chapters to 4 books published by Bloomsbury, New Delhi. She has contributed to FSSI funded project for translation. She has published many research papers in peer-reviewed international journals. She has organized 1 international and 1 national level conference in collaboration with Sahitya Academy, New Delhi. She has also organized 2 national level seminars sponsored by ICSSR, New Delhi, and 1 FDP in association with University of Malaya, Malaysia, 1 national level faculty development program in association with LTI. She has acted as resource person in many national level seminars, workshops, and faculty development programs. And she has presented numerous research papers in international and national level conferences. And she has also been serving as an associate NCC officer since 2017. So, ma'am, I request you to kindly address this. Lieutenant Dr. Ajantha Parthasarathy, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Dr. Sushma Mishra, for introducing me with nice words. And I'm happy to be part of this forum today. At this outset, I just want to thank Dr. Kanshyam and Dr. Jayanti for giving me this opportunity, as well as all the executive directors of iSPELL Forum. Thank you all once again. And the topic to be explored in this session is tools for Hyflex teaching and learning. We academicians and millennial teachers are actually indebted to the COVID situations because it made us use online resources more effectively in recent years, and it brings out our potential as a hybrid teacher, as well as make us a facilitator for the Gen Z students instead of a mere teacher or a dictator in a classroom scenario. which enables our curriculum to be learner-centric and very much task-oriented to nowadays. With your permission, I just want to share my PowerPoint. Shall I, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It is visible now, right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is visible and the slideshow is on.
Let's see what is this term Hyflex. We can understand it from the word itself that it is a portmanteau of hybrid and flexible. It is actually integrates in-class instruction, online synchronous video session, and asynchronous content delivery. In this kind of course, a student can choose whether to attend online class or in-person classroom activities. They can have their preferred method of learning on a daily or weekly basis. They can attend some sessions online and other sessions as per their preferences in the classroom itself. It is a kind of more flexible learning for the students. And this course was actually introduced and first designed in the Instructional Technologies graduate program at the San Francisco State University by Dr. Brian Betty in 2006. Few words about Dr. Brian Betty. He is an associate professor of instructional technologies at San Francisco State University. His area of interest and research include social interaction in online learning, flipped classroom, and developing instructional design theory for hybrid flexible learning environments. At his university, Dr. Beatty pioneered the development and evaluation of the Hyflex course design model for blended learning environments, implementing a student-directed hybrid approach to better support students. This Hyflex course was driven by several important institutional, faculty, and student factors. The institutional factors include the location, instructional history, and enrollment characteristics of the institution. Faculty factors include the capacity and the capability to teach online and in the classroom, and the motivation to try something new to better serve students. Students factor included the academic interest, technical abilities, and time and location constraints or restraints of the current student enrollment. These are the other instructional frameworks which are similar to Hyflex model, which were developed during the time period around 2006. Let's see the fundamental benefits of the Hyflex model. The first one is learner choice. It provides meaningful alternative participation modes and enables students to choose between participation modes daily, weekly, or topically. And it has the equivalency, which provides learning activity in all the participation modes, which lead to equivalent learning outcomes. Third comes reusability. It utilizes artifacts from learning activities in each participation mode as learning objects for all students. And finally, the accessibility. It equips students with the technology skills and equitable access to all participation modes. Let's check the objectives and the principles of this Hyflex model. Hyflex approaches purposefully designed to combine at least two learning paths, classroom as well as online. And it supports ongoing student choice, learner's choice, the flexibility among the learning paths. If a design doesn't meet these two basic criteria, and we cannot consider it to be a Hyflex, that is hybrid flexible model. And its principles are, in this method, teaching and learning activities should ideally present content effectively and professionally, engages learners with generative learning activities, and it uses authentic assessment to evaluate student learning. But for all these things,
Sushma ma'am, can you mute your audio? Yes, thank you, ma'am. Ajantha, we are not able to see you. Your screen is visible, but you are not visible, ma'am.
Janti ma'am, you can just request her to reconnect. Then she
No,
will
no,
be
visible.
audible.
No. The slides are visible, ma'am. Only she is not visible. Is she visible,
Now
sir?
visible. She is visible.
She is visible, but we are unable
Not
to hear
Just
her. She's not audible. I think for that she needs to reconnect.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, am I audible now? So shall I continue?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you
you're
are
audible now.
but not visible.
Your video is not, your slide is there, but you are not visible. Is that okay?
Yeah, ma'am, please. Because my bandwidth is not stable. That's why I just want.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Continue. Yes, thank you.
And I just want to give you a few management system. This is an online integrated software used for creating, delivering, tracking, and reporting educational courses and outcomes. This learning management system can be used to support traditional face-to-face instruction as well as blended or high learning.
Ajantha,
I think
we are not
ma'am
able
has
to
some issue.
hear you. I think there is
Yeah,
some problem in your connectivity.
Connectivity issues there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe because of the slides.
Mhm.
Dr. Janti, you can just call her and request her to rejoin.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. She has already left. I think she'll be rejoining, ma'am. Yeah.
That would
Yes.
be better.
Yes, ma'am.
For the time being, we can all wait for her to rejoin.
Sorry,
Yes,
sorry
yes,
for the
rejoin.
interruptions. I'll continue.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And of these learning management systems, Canvas, Moodle, Edmodo, and the Google Classroom. Canvas and Moodle seem to be more professional, and it can be used to offer courses for people even outside our institutions. As this will make some hours to teach and understand, I'll just give you the names alone, and you can explore them on YouTube and YouTube tutorials. I will demonstrate a few applications which can be used for presenting our ideas and accessing the learners online, which can also be used in this learning management systems. The first one to be explored is Google site and Google Slide, WordPress, Blogger. All these are used by a teacher in a classroom for creating a web page for the class bar to input course materials and rich content, including videos, images, slides, and audio recordings. We can use it for posting homework, assignments, and class events. It can also be treated as a discussion board where every student can have a say. Create a page for posting announcements, class events, reading materials, classroom rules, and many more. We can even use it as a Wikipedia wiki and let our students collaboratively work on their assignments and edit each of their content. We can use the file cabinet page to upload documents, PDFs, and other materials, as well as YouTube videos and everything to share with our students as the study material. We can also create a private page where to share information with the parents like curriculum resources and the updates of their students' learning level. We can embed a calendar to keep track of our deadlines or Google spreadsheet to keep track of our research. Just to show you, we're actually not going to create any website now. Just to show you the template which is actually available. Sites.google.com, that is the website we have to go to create a web page for ourselves or else a blog. I can start with a new site. They will give us a ready-made template for usage. And if you are comfortable in using Google Docs or Word document, it will be more over like that. We have all the ready-to-use menus, fonts, as well as applications here. Just to show you. This is actually a web page created using this sites.google.com. So just by going to this website, you can explore on your own. Otherwise, we can check our YouTube tutorial for using this. Same like we can also create Blogger as well as WordPress.com. And to say about that Google Drive collaboration tools, we can share our files in a very simple manner, and it allows multiple people to edit the same file. And it will be like real-time collaboration with our students. Most of our Drive Drive applications used to be in a collaborative way. Just by simply clicking on the share button and adding the email IDs which we have already stored in our somewhere. Just by copying and pasting here, we can invite all the people here to edit our content. Same way.
Ajantha ma'am, kindly excuse me for interrupting. Can you please go a little bit slow, because when you're moving, we are not able to understand from which place you went to which. If you are going to go a little bit slow, we can catch it more clearly, ma'am.
Okay,
Is that okay, ma'am?
Yeah, fine, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So in Google Drive, we are just we have actually Google Docs, Google Sheets, and the Google Slides, as well as Google Form. But I just telling you how to collaborate with our students, otherwise our fellow teachers. Just by clicking the share item and adding the email IDs here, we can add any number of people here, and we can make them editor or simply a viewer or simply commenting on our content. This way we can do it for our Google spreadsheet as well as Google Slides. The next thing is actually this. I just want to let you know how it will be. So I'm just giving you a simple quiz to explore it, to experience it.
Hello.
Yes, just a minute. I have shared a link in our chat. Some of you can join using that link, so we can experience how it will be. Thank you. Let's start. I have actually sent some reading comprehension passage with a few questions. Hope it is completed. Okay. can let me end it actually. So this is actually a fun way of engaging our students. For creating this quizzes, we have to sign in using either our Google ID, otherwise we can use a separate ID for this. What I can suggest for the people, we can have Google ID, especially for this kind of activities, for making it using for signing in using some forums as well as some applications. Simply after opening this page, we have to simply click on this create button, and we have to give a name for our quizzes. And we have to select a relevant page, subject. We have to select first whether it is a lesson or quiz. Option is lesson, quiz. And for the free user, we can use multiple choice question, filling the blanks. Otherwise, we can draw something, that means dragging some verb, and open-ended question as well as poll, and we can present slide also. Simply, we can import our questions from the spreadsheet. They will actually give you a template for creating our business questions. Either we can do it online in the application itself, otherwise we can edit it in that spreadsheet and upload it in the in that application. This will be very simple for us to edit. We can assign it as a homework, otherwise we can make it as a live quiz as we played just before. So the next thing which I want to do, this one is actually Flubaru. We know to work with Google Forms, but after getting the responses from the Google Form, we can edit using this add-on Flubaru. You just give responses, respond to this Google Form.
Ma'am, are we supposed to click the Google form now?
We have just 4 simple questions.
Maybe you can request the participants to try it.
Yes. I request some of the participants to attend this Google Form. Just a few questions to answer. So I can show you how to use this Flubaru. Okay. Meanwhile, we will take another one. Bakelet. So still I'm listening that responses for the Google Form. I just want to move to this Wakelet. After that, I will tell you how to do with this Flabarum. You can see this PDF. This is actually a PDF file. You can see it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And this is actually a curation. Wakelet can be used as a curation tool. It is geared for curation and sharing. It's versatile enough to use for instructional design, research, story-based learning, and even collaboration. This allows teachers to gather, organize, and share multiple multimedia resources. You can see here I have listed some of the PDF files, and in the same PDF file, I have embedded a YouTube video. Just by clicking on it, it will be taking us to that particular page, particular YouTube. And we can embed a PDF file here. This way we can share the entire resources we have to be used for a particular subject to our students in this way. This is the Wakelet page. We have to go to the wakelet.com, as well as I used to be signing using that Gmail ID. This way we can entering into it. Naming a collection, giving a title of our collection, and we can paste the website here. Otherwise, we can type something here. We can give a note here using all the elements, and we can include an image simply by uploading, as well as we can design it using Canva. Canva is another application which is actually used for all multiple social media platforms, as well as for presenting our slides and conducting quiz and creating brochures, letterheads, even this Google Form head. Everything we can use in this Canva. And a Jiffy. Jiffy is an application which is an animated image actually. I'm not sure about this Unsplash, so I'm just giving it. And we can add our bookmarks also here. If you have added any bookmarks in our website, we can add it here, and we can embed our PDF file, just tagging a tweet. And this Flipgrid video is actually a video recorder, which we can use it here itself. Just by clicking this, again we have to sign it using the Google Gmail ID, and we can record a video just by clicking that in this Wakelet itself. We can embed on YouTube video, and we can add anything from our Google Drive as well as OneDrive and Adobe. After adding all our resources here, if we want to share with our colleague, then we can do this way. Just inviting them to edit, otherwise just to view it and giving commands. By adding their email ID, we can share, we can make it as a collaborative tool, collaborative platform for our students, otherwise our colleague. And to make it as PDF file, after adding everything here, we just have to click here, export as PDF. So we can get this way, like an embedded as well as a curated PDF file to share with our students. So just with a few pages, we can give the entire course material to our students. Again, I'm just moving to this. I received 5 responses. That is good enough for us to see how Flubero is working. So as usual, we used to receive sorry, responses for the Google Classroom. Then we know how to create a spreadsheet for our responses. I'm just clicking that. Here in our Google spreadsheet, we can find extension. In that extension, we can go to this add-ons and get add-on. In that get add-on, we can find this Flubero in the list. And I have actually added this Flubero already to my extension. I'm just enabling this Flubero for this spreadsheet. After enabling it, I'm going to give grade for this assignment. We have already given score. Still, if we have missed it in the Google form, we can do it here. So here we can give grade. If I want to change 0.1 to 5, I can do it here. So after assigning grades, we have to select a file which we have to be treated as an answer key. Randomly select. Okay. Select Jayanti ma'am. So this spreadsheet will treat Jayanti ma'am's responses as the answer key, exact answer key for this, and it will start evaluating. It takes few minutes. As my network is too slow today here, I just to show you how it will be by using the another web, So after that grading has been assigned, this is our actual response sheet, and this is that Flubero. It will show you how it will be after giving that. We have to assign certain percentage to be declared as the passing percentage. So the one which is actually below that passing percentage will be red marked and it will be sorted out here. And we can see that grade report here. This report can be mailed to our head of the department or our controller or anyone. We can just simply reporting. We can send it as a report of our examination or assessment. The same way we can send the responses as well as the grades to our respondents just by clicking the share grades. It will list so the email address is already collected in our Google form itself. If we want to give any remarks here, we can use it here. This is the one way. Padlet. Dear colleagues, I have shared a link in our chat to experience Padlet. So just please join using it. This Padlet is actually a platform in which we can create a single or multiple walls that are able to house, incorporate all the posts we want to share with our students, with our learners. We can add images, videos, and documents, as well as audio files here. So it is kind of a blank slate. We can add the most of the features in this and share it with our students as a respondent, otherwise as a collaborator too. The same way, if we want to collaborate someone, we have to go with this share and we have to add their email ID and invite them to be a collaborator for this. And if we want them to be a respondent, again the share ID, then we have to copy this link and share it with them. Otherwise, we can email it, or we can create a QR code for this Padlet and we can share with our students so they can use this scanner and they can join using this QR code. Has anyone joined? Just a two. And another thing, for this free version, we can use only 3 Padlets. Or if we want to do something more using this, then we have to go for upgradation. Or else we can do it this way. As I said, it is kind of slate. We can rub it and we can reuse the 3 slides offered for us in a free way. A lot of people has been tired. So just to tell you how to add this. Here we can see add comment. In this add comment, our respondents can give their answers with their names. The same way they can do it here and everywhere. And while they are doing so, they can upload their files. They can take a pic of it, something, and they can upload it here. They can give the links of something like a YouTube link or Google Drive link, any links, any website link also they can give. And this one is actually just for this title page. See here, how many options are available here. Even the respondent can make use of all these options to give their responses. So these are the tools which I just want to share with you today. I haven't go in detail. I just to show you what are the tools which are available, which we can make use of it easily and at our convenience, as well as it will be easier for our students. As we know, our students are Gen Z students. They are more comfortable than us. So it will be more like collaborative tool for them to enjoy their learning, as well as make our teaching energetic and vibrant always. While we are talking about the benefits, we can say it engages all learners in the classroom and making our teaching methodology more learner-centered approach. And here, teacher works as a facilitator instead of a dictator or as merely a simple saint guru. it provides maximum opportunities for student participation, and it develops the responsibility of our learners. And we can use several learning strategies which will actually motivate and inspire our students to learn the content. We can use maximum amount of student to student activities, otherwise a number of activities, and which won't make us tired as well as our learners. And it can promote cooperation among the learners, and it practice both accuracy and fluency, and it addresses the needs as well as the interest of all the students. We can evaluate our teaching components according to the student participation and their quantitative and qualitative feedback. This quantitative and qualitative feedback can be achieved easily and immediately while we are using all these tech tools. And in the recent days, we can find that most students appreciated this hybrid as well as flexible mode delivery. Though our approach is shown to be effective, it has to be, we have to admit that it is constrained by the technology available and some other limitations, as well as the convenience of some senior teachers. With this, I'm just closing this. Jayanti ma'am.
You have concluded the session, right, ma'am? And we can have queries.
So people can explore it in YouTube, as well as if they want to do something hands-on training now, I can do it, ma'am.
Yes, maybe we will have some queries. In the meanwhile, can you please give the list of the apps that you have been teaching us, ma'am, in the chat box? Maybe that can be made note of. And if it is possible, if anyone requests for the PPT, if you can share it, we can share it, ma'am. If it is requested, we can share it in the group in WhatsApp group.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, I will share the PPT with you, as well as I will share the list of tools and applications available.
Okay, ma'am.
I will share it as a PDF to you, ma'am, so you can share it with them, and I will embed the tutorial video in that in the PDF itself.
Okay, so, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. So, Sushma, can you please take over? Thank you so much, Ajantha, ma'am. You have taught us so much, and you have introduced many new tools and applications.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sushma, I think you can just take over if there are any questions or queries, because I think all must be having many queries as to how to go about these things, these tools and applications. Yes.
Because
Hello.
I couldn't cover all the tools how to do now. That's why I just show the list, which I'm using actually, effectively.
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello. Can I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Most welcome.
No, actually, I'm not well, but still, I thought I must listen to this, and very exciting. But the sudden thought that came into my mind, the colleges that come under universities, I feel, should have a cyber cafe purely controlled by some kind of a security control, and so that students don't involve in cyber crime or whatever. And then teachers must be given proper workshops to be conducted by the university, so that they can involve the students using all this, and in a very effective manner. So I think that's the only way out. We have to use all this. It has to be controlled. At the same time, teachers must give assignments and work to the students, and then involve them so that they become really effective in their learning. So this is what I feel. I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Actually, I just wanted to put a word. In our college also, they are not allowing us to use mobiles for the students, ma'am. They're not supposed to bring. Of course, they bring it without our knowledge. but usually they do not bring. But these things can be done as a homework, ma'am. We can give them as activities to be done, to be taken back home and done over there. So they will be in touch with whatever we are teaching.
Yeah. But
So
what I
that way,
feel is like, looking at the involvement of students, we need to have that security control so that we can use it proficiently and involve them in making use of this individually and contribute to the magnum opus of learning. That's what I feel.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I ask a question? It's not a question, it's a simple query, but what I want to know.
Yes, ma'am. May I know your name, please, ma'am?
I'm Anupma Bora.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I didn't see the.
No, it's
yes,
okay. Thank you, the resource person. It was a very informative lecture. What actually I have gathered from your presentation is you have given us the tools and techniques of using LSM, that is Learning Management System. Can you explain a little bit more on this basic learning management system, how we can incorporate it in our teaching?
The name itself, the title of my name itself suggests that it is actually a hybrid as well as a flexible learning system. We used to give classroom instructions, classroom teaching, and we used to take class in that traditional way, as well as those who are actually missing our class, they can make use of this LMS. In this learning management system, we have to incorporate the complete syllabus by giving our lectures as a video and assignments as well as text. Everything we can incorporate in this LMS, learning management system. And we can use this as submitting their assignment. We used to ask students to submit their assignment and the seminars every year, but still, how many of us can keep it safely in that A4 sheets? That is not possible. But if it is an LMS, they can submit it online and we can keep it safe for work. And it will develop their communication skills too. They can speak on their own and record it in as a YouTube video, otherwise a simple video, and they can submit it as a seminar. So we can use this LMS for sharing our knowledge and classroom instruction, as well as for evaluation too. We can use now.
Thank you.
More queries or questions? Or any feedback from any of the participants? Jayanti ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. If we don't have any other queries, maybe you can introduce the chairperson, ma'am.
Okay. Now I am again very I feel delighted and it's a proud privilege for me to introduce today's chairperson, Dr. Surjit Sen. He is presently teaching at Ram Thakur College, Agartala, Tripura, and he is the president of iSPELL Tripura Forum. He is the academic counselor in English language and literature at IGNU, MBB College Center, Agartala. Sir has also taught at Maharaja Bir Bikram University, Agartala, and in different colleges in Tripura. Dr. Sen has edited and co-edited 4 books on subjects as varied as post-war British drama, the state of Tripura, translation works of great writers, and New Education Policy 2020. He has also written a reference book on contemporary British drama entitled Theoretical Perspectives in the Selected Plays of Edward Bond. It was published in 2016, and 2 textbooks on Foundation English. Besides, he has numerous publications published in edited books and in reputed international and national journals. Apart from academics, Dr. Sen is a renowned poet whose books of poem entitled Maiden Flight, published in 2007,
N. Shrutiraj, which is published in 2020, have been endeared. His areas of interest include drama, theory, Indian writing in English, translation works, and literary theory. And now, with utmost respect, sir, I invite you to share the insights.
First of all, let me know if I am audible and visible.
Yes, sir, you are audible as well as visible.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, Sushma Mishra. Thank you very much for your introduction. And basically, what I felt today, that necessity is mother of invention. So, Lieutenant Dr. Ajantha Parthasarathi, who is working at SRNM, has presented this paper on Hyflex classroom. So it is the need of the hour. Basically, we have been forced to think that way because things have changed. The pandemic and other, extraordinary sort of situations have totally changed our outlook towards study. So Hyflex, what I have understood, that it is short form. It's a portmanteau, he has told, for hybrid flexible. It's a course design method and teaching approach that was designed to better accommodate students' needs by combining online and classroom-based components. So beginnings, she has also mentioned in her presentation that Dr. Brain Beatty has invented it. Beginnings are credited to the Instructional Technologies graduate program at San Francisco State University, where instructors were looking for ways to make their courses more accessible to students who could not attend in person, while still maintaining a traditional classroom component. The solution was that to create, class content and material that could be accessed either in the classroom or online, and allow students the flexibility to choose their learning path. So classrooms with Hyflex technology, as Madam has shown, it basically give instructors the ability to teach in person and remote learners simultaneously, or to record their lectures for their online sections while teaching face to face, depending on their preferences, needs, or course design. So teachers or instructors will therefore prepare course content and material for both in-person and online access. Though it's a daunting task. I mean, it's a fantastic, futuristic sort of, I would say, presentation from Dr. Ajantha. But we have to admit that it's a daunting task in our country of India, particularly where, uh, you know, states are there which are not enough technologically equipped. So, but with some guidance and preparation, the Hyflex model can help overcome some of the obstacles posed by the uncertainty surrounding our future learning environments. So what I have learned from her lecture, and what I have gathered, that essentially teachers should prepare content adapted for both classroom and online learning environments. Uh, in other words, all learning material should equally address and support learning outcomes regardless of the delivery medium. So this way, whether a student attends class in a face-to-face environment, remotely through their computer or smartphones, or by watching a recording, if our recording is available, the learning objectives and results will remain equivalent. Now, what does, how do I prepare? Basically, if I say from a teacher's perspective, how do I prepare to teach in a classroom with Hyflex technology? So there are lots of options. She has mentioned that Flubarrow is there, Podlet is there, Wakelet is there, and lots of advantages are there where we can get great reports. It is almost like massive open online courses that we have done, particularly during this pandemic period. We all must have attended lots of much massive open online courses. So this it provides multiple jump of points, suggestions, further reading, and resources available for course preparation. So I mean, there are lots of things like best practices we can utilize moving forward with our course preparation, and Hyflex technology pages leads. We have seen it gives some of the tools we may use in our classroom with Hyflex technology. So we can create and maintain an efficient Hyflex environment. One listener has mentioned about that security system also, which I think is important, very important point. And Dr. Vora, Anupama Vora, Madam also pointed out, how to use it, how to utilize it. So, Hyflex resources page offers readings, research, and guides that actually you can refer to. So, the steps that I have understood that what can be done or what we can do, that we have to, the assigned classrooms may be open and unblocked when not used, or we can see the list of classrooms with Hyflex technology on the classroom support to find other rooms that may be available. So we can consider also, inviting other faculty members in our department to a Zoom meeting where, while in the classroom, so that can see from the perspective of a student. So other assistants, further assistants with working in a classroom with Hyflex technology, I feel that we have to be updated all the time. Say we have to visit the, keep teaching online consultations, then webinars page to see available workshops or to schedule a consultation. So, and instructional designers, trainers, and classroom support specialists, they might be available in the days to come to answer our questions, provide guidance. So, what I feel that the instructional designers, they can also assist with creating course content that is applicable to both online and in-person learning environment. So, and then the next should be, say, once we have become familiar with the Hyflex technology and how to utilize in the coming sessions or semesters, we have to begin planning out and create course content. We can outline or storyboard the classroom and online components to ensure that they are going to equally address learning outcomes. So yes, it has been an excellent session. I personally got to know so much things from Dr. Ajantha Parthasarathi, and I must thank the iSPELL convener, Dr. Jayanti Balakrishnan, who is the coordinator of Tamil Nadu iSPELL Tripura Forum. Of course, it's my privilege, to thank Dr. Ghanswam, whose brainchild is this iSPELL India Forum, which is spread in almost in all states now. And it was nice to hear from Sushma Mishra also, who has been Master of Ceremonies. So yes, I congratulate wholeheartedly Dr. Ajantha Parthasarathy. It's a futuristic sort of lecture presentation. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Sir, for the remarks. And now I would like to request Professor Anupama Ohra ma'am, President of iSPELL India, to give the concluding remarks and to facilitate the certificates.
Thank you so much, Sushma. Am I audible?
Sure.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First of all, grateful thanks to Dr. Ajantha, the resource person for today's Sahitik Satsang, for giving us a very insightful talk on what today is required in a classroom. We need to have blended teaching learning methods adopted in the classroom. And special thanks to Dr. Jayanti for very ably organizing and academically delicious, I must say, and inspiring July Sahitik Satsangs. During July month, we had 5 amazing resource persons speaking on different aspects of English language teaching. And iSPELL is very grateful to each one of them for sharing their ideas with us and giving us new dimensions in ELT, which we need to introduce in the classroom. And we are thankful to our resource person for today, Dr. Sen, and all the other resource persons, the 4 resource persons who chaired the 4 sessions. And we are equally grateful to the Master of Ceremonies, the 5 Master of Ceremonies, and Dr. Jayanti for very meticulously organizing July Sahitik Satsang. And as we always say, that the spine of iSPELL is Pramod. Without Dr. Pramod, nothing would be possible. So we are all very grateful to you, Dr. Pramod. And now we present the certificates. The certificate of appreciation from iSPELL goes to Lecturer Dr. B. Ajantha, who has been the resource person for today's session. Thank you so much, Dr. Ajantha, and we look forward to having you on the iSPELL platform in future also.
Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I meet you all the reputed persons and esteemed learned persons in your forum. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. We are very thankful to Dr. Sujit Sen for accepting the request of iSPELL to be the chairperson in this session, and for sharing his thoughts with us. And he really has very rightly pointed out what we need to do, because pandemic has taught us a lot many things. And we feel honored, Dr. Sujit Sen, in presenting this certificate of appreciation to you for being the chairperson in today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, madam. It has been my pleasure.
Thank you. The certificate of appreciation to our Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Sushma Mishra, for ably conducting today's Sahitik Satsang. Thank you for being a part of iSPELL.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome. And thank you, Dr. Jayanti, for a very wonderful July Sahitik Satsang. If you go through the comments given by all the members in the forum, in the EC, on the WhatsApp, you can see how much full of appreciation they are. Very ably, very meticulously, you have organized the session, and I must appreciate the way you used to call and confirm and request to be present. We are obliged to you for this. Thank you so much, Dr. Jayanti.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is my pleasure to have you again on this forum and to listen to your words, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And we all request you to be with us next Sunday for another academic feast, and the resource person will be Kiran Manral. Thank you.
Now, I would like to request Professor Jayanti ma'am to present vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sushma. Stealing the words of John F. Kennedy, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. I benevolently express my thanks to all those who made this day, this week, and this month a grand success. For now, my gratitude will be my utterance, but my heart will be ever filled with the love and affection granted by the God Almighty, my colleagues, and my dear friends present on all the sessions on this virtual platform. Thank you all so much. Yes, I begin by thanking the Supreme Being for showering us with opportunity and creating this forum, introducing me to this forum and giving me a chance to be part of the Sunday Sahityik Satsang, not just as an audience, but as a convener and a coordinator. My foremost gratitude is to Professor Ghanshyam, founder and General Secretary of iSPELL Forum India, for so magnanimously providing me the opportunity to coordinate the sessions for the month of July. He was very kind enough to excuse my Herculean blunders and be there to support and guide me in all my endeavors. Thank you so much, sir. Your absence really is felt by me. I thank the distinguished members of the Executive Committee of iSPELL India, Professor Madam Anupama Ora, the President of iSPELL Forum, the Vice Presidents, Professor Prashanta Chakrabarti and Professor Ashok Sachdeva, and the Joint Secretaries, Professor Murli Krishnan, Professor Payal Datta, and Mr. Rakesh Degraskar, and the other members of this for their kindness and magnanimity by being there always with their loving words. And I am very much indebted to Professor Dengle, sir, the IT coordinator, for always being there for us. Thank you, sir, for the uniquely designed flyers and the beautiful certificates that you have given throughout this month. Whenever I had butterflies fluttering in my stomach, he would say, Jayanti ma'am, everything will go well. And that did the job for me. I relaxed. Thank you once again for your kindness, sir. I appreciate Lieutenant Dr. Ajantha ma'am for the resourceful session, and I should request you to kindly take up one particular app or tool, and maybe we can have one session. That way, we will be able to explore it much further. So we will surely provide you another opportunity, ma'am. Please do honor us with your session. I thank you, dear ma'am, for accepting our invitation and being part of the show. I thank Professor Surajit Singh for doing justice to his role as a chairperson by presenting the ideas of the resource person very concisely and crisply. Thank you so much, sir. My words of praise goes to Lieutenant Dr. Shushma for carrying the shows very gracefully in a sweet, melodious voice. I still remember the day we met. It was sharp 12 at midnight. A young, charming lady just landed from the sky, of course, and knocked at the door of the guest house at IIT Madras. Our friendship continues unhindered still. Thank you, dear Shushma.
Thank you,
I thank the executive members, Professor Anupama Ora, President, Vice Presidents Prashanta Chakrabarti sir, and Ashok Sachdeva sir, and the Joint Secretary, Professor Murli Krishnan sir, for magnanimously giving the concluding remarks after every session and distributing the certificates to the resource persons, the chairpersons, and the MOCs. I humbly profess my gratitude to the resource persons of all these sessions, that is Professor Bhaskaran Nair, Dr. Preeti Sharma, Dr. Purnima, and Miss Anamika for their gracious presence, sharing their expertise and experiences. I thank our chairpersons, Dr. Nisha, Dr. Kartiga, Dr. Sudeshna Datta ma'am, and Dr. Vinodini for honoring us with their presence and words. I thank the MOCs of all the sessions, Dr. Vinuta, Ms. Anita, Ms. Priyadarshini, and Ms. Akshaya for being there and gracing us with their charm. With love and affection, I remember my dear friends Shalini and Indrani ma'am for their love and support. I finally, but with a feeling of earnest gratitude, I express my wholesome appreciation and thanks to all the participants, esteemed professors, academicians, teachers, scholars, and students. Without you, this would not have been a grand success. Once again, I bow down humbly to all with thanks. In the words of Shakespeare, I can no other answer but make thanks and ever thanks. With these words, I take leave of you all for now. For now, that's all. Thank you so much. Sir, Dengle